Welcome back to Boys and Ghouls Film Review, folks. I'm your host, Sarah Stephenson. This is my co-host, Mike Stephenson. And what are we reviewing tonight, Mike?
Well, kiddies. Well, we did a fan film in the last podcast. We're going to do another fan film today. Mm-hmm. We might do too many more. We do them occasionally, so don't say, oh, here we go. No. Anyway, tonight we're going to be reviewing an independent fan film thingy titled Indiana Jones and the Mask of the Nagarabath.
Yeah.
Now, I believe, well, it was released this year, so it could have been made earlier this year or sometime last year. I don't know when they actually did the filming.
Yeah.
Now, you said to me they filmed in Scotland, did you?
Yeah, this was filmed in Scotland. So, this is, well, I think it's a well-done performance. I'm not going to compare it to the last one we've done.
No, it's not fair to compare them to each other because they're all different skill levels, okay?
And as we get older and different countries do their own version of it, it does come off of
different versions, different age groups, different skill sets.
And different locations, which is appealing to this sort of thing.
So, one of the things that I believe appeals to Sarah and also myself is the fact that these fan films are all hands-on by everybody. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, it was produced by Nicholas Haddad. Nicholas also played the lead antagonist, the evil guy. He played... I'm sorry, I've done my homework. He played Valak Barros. He played the naughty guy, okay?
Fraser Smart.
No, he played Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah, he does. Sorry.
Okay?
Sorry.
Thank you. Why do you do this to me? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't do it to you.
Sorry.
Okay. He produced it, and he also acted in it. He is also director of photography. He was also the edit supervisor, a camera operator as well. Now, the guy who played Indiana Jones... he wrote it and he directed it. His name's Fraser Smart. Now, Fraser also, he was part of the editing team and he's also a camera operator. And a lot of the actors involved there, actually, when they weren't on screen or in frame, were behind the scenes on cameras. So everybody had a hands-on approach here.
Yeah, just like the last time with the other one, they'll won't go any more about that one.
But everybody, normal. If you get the right information, the people get there and everyone is doing something instead of standing around waiting for their bit. Everyone's doing it, so it's good. Yeah, so it shows a lot of enthusiasm. So
and I did like the locations they shot this in. I know we say it was filmed in Scotland, but there's some really good castles and good
buildings and
good
stuff.
old buildings they filmed this in, which gives it that period look.
Well, yes, it had old buildings, had a few derelict buildings they could use and other things, and it was great. Had a great feel to it. So we live in Australia, which is rather a youngish country when it comes to things like that, and we don't have really, really, really nice old buildings and stuff like that. We have access to and old ruins and stuff. Our old ruins usually made out of wood, and the termites have eaten them, you know.
Yeah. If I was ever going to do an Indiana Jones movie, and if I have lack of locations, I would probably have to film most of my filming in either the wilderness.
Exactly. There's another tree. Right.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have too many of ancient buildings here, or anything, or even
the ancient buildings we've got that's still being used by people. They won't let you in. They're usually government buildings or hospitals or libraries or
Well, we do have a few odd, ancient. Old buildings here, but we don't have anything like any ancient ruins or anything.
Yeah, really good stuff,
Really good stuff. I mean, the only ones that I could think of would be Fort Lytton, which is not exactly an ancient ruin.
No, it's just an old army base.
Army base.
Anyway, irrespective, let's go on. I can't say anything about budget or anything, how much these guys put towards it, but I'd say, as with any fan film, it's usually pretty minuscule. I don't know what sort of cameras they use, but I think the images were quite clear, weren't they?
Yeah, I think from what I've seen in the behind-the-scenes photos, I think that it was either they may have been using either a Canon camera or one of those
DSLR,
a DSL type camera.
DSLR camera, yeah, which is they're pretty good. A lot of people use those nowadays. Even the some of the I wouldn't say movie makers, but some of the TV documentary sort of guys, they're using DSLR type cameras too. Yeah,
more and more a lot of
'cause it's nice and
filmmakers.
compact.
More and more filmmakers have used DSL cameras DSLR cameras for the to create the movies.
Yeah, because it's quite easy. They're portable. They're light, and the quality is getting better every generation. Yeah. Anyway, irrespective, do you want to start telling the story?
Yeah, might as well. So the story begins with Indy, and he is in the wilderness, and let me see, what was he doing again?
Going for a walk, having a picnic.
Oh yeah, he's arriving in a bit of a rubber raft dinghy, whatever.
I think that was a bit small, but so was the creek.
I thought it was pretty awesome shot. I mean, I did like that idea. So they end up.
It was good.
Yeah, and you don't see too. I mean, this is the better. I did think this was a good opening for how they begin this. So he eventually gets out of the water. He tells his guide to stay behind, so he can go to find what he was looking for.
Yeah,
obviously.
do that sort of stuff, and he can just hang around there and wait for him to come back.
Yeah, so he wanders up to. There's some really good shots when in the opening where he's wandering through the wilderness. We don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Don't see any buildings,
which is wonderful. No. I mean, that's what I like about this. He eventually comes across a special box with something inside it. We don't know what it is until then. What's the lead antagonist's name?
His name is Valak.
Valak.
V-A-L-E-K. Valak.
Valak.
A bit like
Valak. Oh,
yeah. He was Indiana Jones's.
No.
Yeah, very similar. Yeah.
Anyway, Valak is there to get the item that Indy gets. Yeah. Eventually, Indy gives it to him, and eventually he runs off and is pursued by Valak's henchmen. Isn't that right, Mike?
Somewhat. His minions, if you will.
Yes, or minion, I should say, considering it was only one.
We had a limited cast.
Anyway, he runs through the woods and eventually gets onto the raft, of course, and heads back to I guess, the university, where he meets Marcus.
A very young Marcus Brody.
Well, who cares?
Excuse me.
There they discuss what happened, and that they need to find this map. You see, that was what's inside the box.
There's a map inside the box with something else, but he wanted the map more than anything else. Yeah.
See, the map leads to a special mask that's could, in the wrong hands, become a very dangerous weapon.
Exactly. So he wanted to get it and put it in the museum where it belongs.
Uh-huh. Yeah. He's all about, it belongs in the museum. Blah, blah, blah.
So do you.
It's an ongoing thing. It goes on and on.
Exactly.
Anyway, back to the story. Soon enough, he goes to, what was it? Oh, yeah, Russia, I think it was, and meets a woman who says that she has the box. Yeah. She got it from Valak, I think, and he eventually opens it, obviously, and it's empty.
Yeah, the thing he wanted was in there.
Yeah.
There's something else in there, wasn't
there? Yeah. She then tells him that he's that she got the box from the church. So Indy makes his way down there. He's met with the henchmen. They have a brief fight and a bit of some interesting chasing in the scene. Eventually, he returns back to her place and tells her that that both the map and Valak were not there, and he was nearly killed. Yeah. Eventually, he then eventually meets up with Valak at a museum, a gallery, I think it was.
Museum? No, art gallery.
Yeah. Yeah. And there he meets Valak.
Look at pictures.
And Valak is all about, these art pictures are like our history, yada yada yada, and all that stuff.
Yeah, yada.
Indy pickpockets the map of Valak without him knowing it, and eventually,
very good.
Eventually, gets chased down by the henchman again, and eventually he gets away, and him and Marcus, they need to cipher the map. It seems that Marcus suggests maybe you should ask your dad, he'll be able to cipher this in a trice. But unfortunately his dad's not around, and it turns out he's in India or something.
Doing something.
Yeah, and Marcus goes on explaining that you and your dad don't talk anymore, and because ever since your mum died, and ever since your sister died, and your dog died,
the cat died, and
you're no longer close. Even though Indy and him were never close, it feels like they would never.
He gave him his space.
Yeah.
Grow and develop.
Yeah. Right.
Take a meaningful shape in today's complex society.
Anyway, back to the story. They probably pull a long nighter of trying to figure out what to decipher the bits and pieces on the map, and eventually they're able to decipher it, and Indy finds the location of where the tomb is to find this mask and everything.
There is. Yep.
So Indy heads on his way, even though Marcus insists that this might lead to more dangerous situations, sort of thing like that. You may come back. You may come back.
You may come back dead.
Yeah, you may come back as a different person if you get
or a dead person or something. Or
anyway,
whatever.
So Indy heads down there, and before I forget, Marcus eventually gets abducted by some naughty guys, and we don't see him again for a while. And
yeah, he's at the end over here. He's behind a camera.
Yeah, soon enough, Indy arrives at the tomb, and he sees Valak has arrived also. He dresses in robes and stuff like that, and he drinks sacred blood.
Yeah, it reminds me of Temple of Doom a bit.
A little bit. Me too.
I borrowed some stuff. Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, he gets inside the temple, and he begins to praise the god of cardboard. No, not really the cardboard.
God of cardboard. Yeah. Well, yeah.
The god of
cardboard.
The can't really say the name.
Nagarabath.
Anyway,
what a great word.
Eventually, he sees Indy there, and Indy quickly tries to dash away, but then he gets up and handed by one of the henchmen, and he gets knocked down. And Marcus is there, and both Marcus and Indy are in deep trouble, and
deep shit. Yep.
And Valak tries to prepare to get these guys, dosed with the blood of whatever and stuff like that, in order to make them feel the power and try to become slaves to this power sort of thing. But luckily enough, Marcus spits it out, and Indy was able to fight the power, and soon enough, Indy and Marcus were able to escape. And dear old Indy was able to get the mask and quickly leave. Of course,
lucky.
Valak kind of tries to chase him down. We soon meet them at a bit of a beach or a lake area, I think.
Or something or other.
Or something like that.
Whatever.
And they have a brief fight. It was really interesting and really fun. And there's really good scenes here. And eventually, Indy was able to, in his last moments, was able to grab for the mask and was finally able to defeat Valak in his last attempt. And the blood, and we see blood hit Indy's face.
Whatever.
Which indicates that
I think Valak blew up or something. Or
exploded. That would be so cool if there was a close-up shot.
Exploded or sideways exploded or
I would have loved it if it was a close-up shot of making to show.
Yeah, but you're going to blow up your actors, honestly. What a limited budget.
Soon enough, he meets up with Marcus, and they both agree this mask is definitely going to the museum. The end. Sorry for keeping it really fast, but
it was a short story.
It was a short movie. It was only 50 minutes like last time.
So, yeah, Sarah can't talk too much on these ones. Hey, guys.
Yeah, where would the fun be not watching it and then learning about the plot itself?
Now, what can we say?
Well, there isn't very much to say.
Okay, as we said, it was filmed in around some areas of Scotland. We don't know exactly where. So,
this is another one that didn't bother to fill out the location places.
Yeah. Honestly, if you guys are going to do a fan film, that's fine. But, the credits at the end, the big shoots might even go on for 5 minutes of credits saying, we did this, we filmed here, we'd like to thank so-and-so, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
All those good groovy things. And it would be really nice to know, where it was shot.
Yeah, I mean, the people who give you guys the chance to film at these locations, you're obligated to, in turn, to make sure that they're...
Well, good manners. I don't know about obligated, but...
Yeah, well, not obligated is not the right word, but you have to be a little bit nice and let the name of their location be mentioned.
So if you did an old church or an old museum and say, well, this filming was done in so-and-so church or so-and-so museum or a university, well, we'd like to thank the people for letting us do this, and that sort of stuff,
Yeah, something special
An acknowledgement of some description,
Yeah.
So that sort of things are lacking, so we don't know what sort of camera. We think there was some sort of DSLR cameras. The quality was reasonably good. Audio wasn't too bad, this one, was it?
This time around it's a
I'm
lot.
just wondering whether they actually had audio separate.
I think they had. I did think there was a small.
That's why it didn't have a shotgun microphone.
Yeah,
on top of
it was on top of the
the
Canon
the
camera.
shotgun microphones pick up a little better than the inbuilt microphones, which was good. Actually, it didn't lose too much of the signal, so audio signal. So it was good. The acting wasn't too bad. The storyline wasn't too bad. The DOP did a reasonably good job. So what, the post-edit wasn't too bad, would you say? Or?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I think... I think it was done by... What's his name?
Fred Smith.
Oh, yeah. Fraser Smart did the editing. The final post-production part to it, which is good.
There you go now. So these people really did a lot of hands-on stuff here, and he did a lot of good work. Gee, what can we say about it? I mean, I don't want to make it really, 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 really short.
Yeah, as I said before, it's always good to put in the locations. That way people know where to find these places. And
we have whole like groups go there and stuff.
Exactly. I mean...
Oh, this is made there. Yeah, whatever,
I mean, people like to know where these places are, so in case of actual... people want to really make it, well, they just want to visit, may want to visit.
Yeah, if you're like, Lollipop, that's where the guys made a movie. Oh, yeah, really groovy. Yeah, that sort of stuff. Hey, didn't you do a bit of a podcast, you think, recently about some shooting sites in Brisbane, or you're going to do it or something or other, or?
Well, I am. I'm doing a touring location vlog.
Oh, you're doing it at the moment? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, so there's different things he's putting together about shooting sites in Brisbane, yeah.
Yeah, although there's not too many in Brisbane. I mean, if I was going, I would love to go to, if I had a chance, I would love to go to either America to actually film, to actually check out locations up there, because there's more locations up there than there filming locations up there than there are in Australia. Because it's not very we don't have very many it's not very many locations around here. I mean, for sure, people...
The memorable ones,
yeah. Most likely we have a few, but it's a little hard to figure out where we film these locations. I mean, unless you're very observant, you see something that looks familiar.
On the corner of Walk and Don't Walk. Yeah, I know that place. Yeah. Well, the one down in the Matrix down in Sydney, there's some streets there I recognise, but I don't know exactly where the filming. In some areas, so I don't know. So it would be hard to find out. But some of it could have been street scenes, and then the rest of it could have been studio. So you wouldn't know. So yeah, but it's really hard. Anyway, and they changed the street signs, which doesn't help. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, look, I can't think of too many things to say about these guys. This is going to be really, really short the way things are going. Can you think of anything?
Not really, sadly enough. I mean, if there was more I could think of, I probably would mention it on this podcast.
I will mention one thing. I was going through their YouTube site. They had to put the comments down the bottom. People, I liked it, and blah, blah, and all that sort of stuff. Well, I didn't like it. But one person said, I thought Indiana Jones and Marcus Bray looked rather young to have university degrees or whatever.
Oh, brother. Roll my eyes back my head.
So I did a polite comment saying, I put age, question mark, question mark, question mark. This is a fan film. I was going to say, did you want to go get the daddies and mummies to play in it? But, yeah, hello. It's a fan film.
You can't, I mean, it's a fan film. You can pretend, I mean, there's no harm in whatever age you play
Most of the Indiana Jones, not all, but most of the Indiana Jones fan movies are all being done by young people.
Yeah, so notice
and
that.
I don't mean all teenagers, but teenagers, young adults, that area. They're not getting people of my age doing a fan film.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the first one, as we've brought up to you guys, Chris and Eric, they did it when they were at different ages.
I started about 14 and 15 years old when I started the first filming part of it, and went until about 17 or 18, about 3 or 4 years.
And then they had to wait, say, either 20 or 25 years later to finish the final scene, which made them out to be all grown up in that scene, and that no one picked on it.
No one cared.
No one cared if they were different age brackets. Maybe a few.
And the girl's hair was growing from scene to scene.
I didn't really care about the age brackets.
No, I mean, was kids.
Yeah, and
then it wasn't bad.
Even Mark and Michael, who did their own version,
the Lynn boys.
Yeah, they did when they were in their teenhood, and I didn't mind them playing Indiana Jones and all that stuff. And
ridiculous comments like their ages. Hello.
It doesn't really matter to me too much.
It's a fan film, you know. Get a grip, you know. Hello.
There are some silly people out there who think that about the silliest things about fan fiction, even though this is probably like a university film project that they did for school, and it was meant for it to be just a fun film project just to work on together.
Possibly. Yeah, you never know. Don't know. We don't know enough history about this.
Yeah.
These people who do these fan films don't give anybody any history, so we don't know whether they're just somebody who's borrowed a camera, or someone's actually a student of film, or
like my friend Marcella, from Germany. He's a German filmmaker, he did his own version of Indiana Jones.
Wasn't too bad.
And I imagine some people.
Well, was that the Spirit of Destiny or something?
Yeah, the Spirit of Destiny, and no one, I don't think I've seen on there ever complained about the fact that he was speaking in a different language about it. Yeah, I mean, I've seen even my friend Fran Casanova, who is, I don't know what language it was,
Italian
but
or
Italian
Spanish?
or Spanish.
I can't remember. European.
Anyway, no one complained about the fact that it was a different language either.
That wasn't bad. A bit short, but that wasn't bad.
Yeah, I don't know why someone would just think that they're done by kids who care. Well, okay, granted, it's just.
Oh no, they liked it. They just made a comment going, "Hello, age, get a grip." Someone's doing a fan film. Yeah, it's all like how would it got to be to make a fan film? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no age bracket when it comes to Indiana Jones, especially if it's you're just doing it for the fun or just doing it for the experience.
Yeah. And that's another point. It would be nice to know where they're coming from and where they're going to with this. Yep.
I mean, imagine.
Anyway.
So should we rate this now? Because I don't think.
Look, I'm going to rate this now because I can't think of anything else.
Me neither.
Oh, it is downloadable off YouTube, or you can watch it on YouTube. I'd actually download it from YouTube and store it and watch it a few times in case it drops off YouTube. But Indiana Jones and the Mask of the Nagarabath, Nagarabath. Okay. It's not a bad movie. Its quality's really, really good. They've actually put a lot of effort into it. I wish I could say the same thing about the credits. They've got lowercase and uppercase mixed up and a few things, and it's had. Get your credits right as well. Hello. But no, it's good value. I'm going to give this. I'm judging this as a fan film, not against A films. Yeah. I'm going to give it about an 8.5. 8.5. Yeah, 9. 8.5. Yeah.
I'm going to give it an 9.5 out of 10 myself.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Well, I think it's pretty cool. I like the locations, the costumes, and I like the energy behind it. Is what I like about it.
I might do it up. I don't normally take. I might give it a 9 because I mean, obviously, it is a fan film, and when I look at it, sometimes I go, well, I don't know what the budget is. Yeah, so yeah. But I mean, the energy was there, the commitment was there, the end product was there. So
yeah, and there's a good story behind it.
It's a reasonably good story. Yeah. Anyway, 9 and 9.5. That's not too bad. There you go, Nicholas and Fraser. There you go. Good job, well done.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the lady actor, I think, who was casted, whether it was his girlfriend or his sister or
and
wife.
His girlfriend got the same last name.
I mean, either his wife or sister. I couldn't figure it out.
Depends how old he is.
Yeah, true.
Could be sister.
It could be sister.
Well, you look at it. What else you got there? Who else got there? Luke Small. No. A very small team.
They practically they were doubling up and tripling up on, I guess, camera work, and I guess at least I'm glad that.
I didn't want too many people say this for about 4 or 5, 5, 6 people. That was it.
Yeah, I certainly liked it how Fraser was able to do his own stunts in this production. I thought it was kind of cool.
I saw the bloopers.
It was clever.
Sorry.
Especially when he jumped into the water. Oh, man, that must have been
cold.
It's cold. I never seen anyone ever jump into water, except for that one time with Chris, who did it in the adaptation of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That wasn't. I tell you what, we did do a review on that. Was last year or the year before?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. If you want to see a fan film with a lot of commitment, took several years to put together, and then 20 odd years or 25 years later, they filled in the missing part of the airplane with the Nazi fight, that sort of stuff. They did the budget for it. That's what I call commitment. And these were kids when I made it, mucking around with Dad's camera, and it was pretty damn good. Yeah, the quality's a bit average because it's a tape of a tape of a tape sort of thing.
Yeah,
but there's a new one out. They've actually remastered as much as they could, but it's still a bit dodgy. But yeah, if you can get a copy of it, download it, whatever. Look on YouTube, whatever. It is a good one, and it's Raiders of the Lost Ark fan film with
the adaptation.
Chris Stropoulos
and Eric Zala.
Yeah, they're the guys who did it. And they did a really brilliant job. The commitment was over several years. They made it on the school holidays.
Yeah, well, they had to. I mean, considering that they were 12-year-olds when it happened.
14 and 15, something. Yeah, I think
when they started, they started off as 12 or 11-year-olds.
I think they were about 14 and 15. And they finished around 17.
You're going too far. It was around 12 or 11. They started that.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. But I thought they looked a tad older.
That's because you've been looking at different age brackets.
I looked at when they actually made the film. Indiana Jones, it looked like he was in primary school. Okay.
Well, I just meant that they did it for a long time, and even when they got older,
I know they did.
They were already
anyway. Irrespective. Needless to say, they were young teenagers when they started. How's that? Young to mid-teenage years. They took 3 or 4 years to make it. There you go. But yeah, if you get a chance, have a look at it. It is a YouTubey. Or you can buy a copy. I think there's copies out there. Did they let it loose on Amazon or somewhere? Or
Amazon and maybe a bit of on their own website, I think.
Yeah. If you like it, go and buy a copy. Support the guys a bit because I don't know if they're doing anything at the moment, but they might be encouraged to do something.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think that's the only film project, and I think that Eric and Zala they're doing tours, and I think they even last time I heard they met the original. What's the guy who originally did the played Balak in the real Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Freeman.
That guy.
Yeah, they actually met him in Europe.
Oh wow!
Just to say hello.
Wow.
At least that's what I last heard.
Anyway, that's one good look at. Going back to what we did a couple of years ago. But there's a lot of go on YouTube and actually look for any fan-based Indiana Jones films. There's a lot out there. Yeah. We're not going to do all of them.
No, I think 2 this month is enough.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah,
for us.
Yeah, but there's a lot of keen people out there, like at varying school levels and whatever, having a go, and no one's ever going to kill you for having a go.
Yeah, I mean, as I said before in the past, guys, if I had the money, I would love to make my own fan Indiana Jones film. Whether if I find the right locations and I have the right story behind it, to make sure it comes together.
Something like that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I can't think of anything else to say. Otherwise, just drag it on and make it really boring. So,
right.
It's going to be a short one, guys.
Yeah, shocker by shocker.
So, without further ado, do you want to sign off?
All right. Thanks for listening to our latest podcast, everyone. And be sure to check out this movie.
Yeah,
I'll be sure to put a link at the bottom, and so you can access the movie.
Yeah, Indiana Jones and the Mask of the Nagarabath. Nagarabath.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you like it, go get a copy.
Or just watch it on YouTube.
Well, we'll get a copy from YouTube. I'll actually download it. So
don't go there.
No, it's on YouTube. It's free. You make a copy in case it disappears one day. Mm-hmm. You want to see it again?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes these people take things off the internet eventually.
Yeah, I mean, shocker by shocker, guys. There are people out there like there was a while back when they did Adult Wednesday Addams.
Yep.
We were just watching it the other day, and
I was
just informed by one of the people who told this lady who had it on her website. Her channel, and told her to cease and desist because the Addams Family office or the states told them to cease it because this is plagiarism, yada yada yada.
But she wasn't making any money out of it.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's a fan film, you're not taking money away from this whole thing.
People get a bit precious about stuff sometimes. So I'm saying. So they had to take it offline. So as I'm saying, if you find it, you like it, it's on YouTube. Just download it and put it in your media thing there because it might drop off the planet in the next couple of years and all of a sudden it won't be there.
Yeah, I think that a few fans have kept it and re-preserved it and continue
that's what I'm saying.
Showing it on YouTube.
Preserve it because, if they disappear, then it's lost forever.
Yeah, the same thing I could probably say years ago at the same time, that there was some kids who were doing a Power Ranger fan film, and then they got told to cease it because
copyrights,
because of the plagiarism thingy wing. I think there was also an issue with some Friday the 13th fandom that was called in for a bit of a.
It was too close to the original. That we're trying to say. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they just shouldn't be a big problem as long as it's not making a profit.
It's a fan thing. Yeah, but maybe it would have been better if they actually asked somebody before they did it.
I know.
I don't know, but these things can disappear pretty quickly. So
yeah, but who are you going to call when it comes to fan fiction? I mean, apart from the people who copyrighted stuff.
But the point is, if it's a fan thing, you're not making money out of it. It's made there out of a tribute to the guys who actually made it. So,
I remember Chris and Eric even met Steven Spielberg, and they thought that would be, when they were kids, they used to thought they'll get plagiarized for this. But actually, dear old Steven Spielberg was actually proud of these gentlemen for doing this.
Right.
So there are different scenarios on this subject.
Depending who the people are, yeah.
Yeah. So
but like I said, if it's on YouTube, to me it's public domain stuff. Just take a copy to preserve it. Mm-hmm. I'm not ripping anybody off. It's free. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to say it could disappear
one day.
It might, like I said, the Adult Wednesday Addams did. So yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to have that happen again, do we?
It's like any other old, like I clip movies, right? I've noticed over the years there's a lot of good movies. They're on at the pictures, theatre, and that's on TV, maybe Netflix, whatever, and all of a sudden they're gone. Then you go looking around on eBay and Amazon, and I can't find a copy of it. It's gone. Where do you get a copy? So it's really hard. So if you get something, especially on YouTube, hey, to me it's public domain. Take a copy.
Yeah, see, a lot of people accuse plagiarism, and they don't realize maybe this is just fan stuff that might encourage real fans and audience members to actually watch the original one and get enjoyment out of it.
Exactly right. And also stimulate some people's interest in a career in the media.
Exactly. I mean, it's just that none of these people think about this thing. They just think, oh, you just plagiarized.
You borrowed our idea. Naughty. Go away. Blow it at your bum. Anyway.
That's about it. I don't want to go on more about it.
We could. No.
All right. Anyway, thanks for listening to this podcast, everyone. Be sure to check out this fan film of Indiana Jones, and let us know in the comments what you guys think of it.
I think it's a good one. This is one of the better ones.
Oh yeah, me too. Anyway, thanks for listening, and this is Sarah Stephenson
and Michael
saying, see you guys around for our next podcast.
See you guys.
Bye for now.